I've known in the past the Minister to be a fair and reasonable man, even when I've disagreed with him. Wouldn't he, on reflection, accept that what he said was unfair and inaccurate, and maybe like to correct the record?
Take no look, honest Bob. Get in there, get stuck in. What are you, a man or a mouse? Well, hello then, I do hope you're all well, and now you'll be wondering, what caused our Immigration Minister, our honest Bob, to get up and eat his words? Well, after PMQs, on Wednesday the 29th of March 2023, our Home Secretary, our leaky Suella Braverman, didn't have the stomach to stand up in the House of Commons to defend her ridiculous immigration bill. So it was left to our honest Bob to make a complete bel-tap of himself, and I'll be honest, he most certainly did on a lot of occasions. But he especially made one with Labour MP for Sheffield South East and chair of the Levelling Up Committee meeting, as far as I remember, Clive Betts, said a really interesting observation, and then he asked an important question.
The Minister's made vague statements about all asylum seekers being moved out of hotels. He hasn't got a plan how to do it, has he? The only fallback, as the Security Minister, well, let's see it. The only fallback which the Security Minister announced yesterday is to pass responsibility back to local authorities. Did he see the response from the Local Government Association yesterday to that plan, where they said that most councils have got no social housing to offer? Yeah. In most areas, the local housing allowance isn't sufficient to pay for the cost of accommodation. So what does he expect local authorities to do when thousands of asylum seekers are simply passed back to them from the hotels they're currently in?
Pity that the honourable gentleman always campaigns against the building of new homes. That might have been the easiest way to fix the housing crisis. But what we're going to do is work carefully and productively with local authorities to address this issue. That's always been my approach. When I was local government secretary, I engaged constantly, religiously with local authority leaders, and we're continuing to do so. What we're going to do is provide significantly enhanced resources to them so that we better meet the true costs of handling this difficult challenge.
Now, do you think our chair of the Levelling Up Committee, Clive Betts, left it there? Oh, no, he didn't. Point of order, Clive Betts. And you honest, Bob. Better remain seated if I were you.
Can I thank, in a moment, can I thank the Minister for his statement and responding to questions for well over an hour, but could I just ask him to remain seated for the first point of order, which I think directly relates to something that he may have said. So, Mr. Betts.
I'd like to bring a point of order with regard to the Minister's response to the question I asked him, where he said, I'd always opposed house building. I think the Minister knows, in this House, as Chair of the Select Committee as well as individually, I've argued very strongly for more house building, including hitting the 300,000 target. Only this week I've been working with officers in Sheffield to try and get away a scheme to build 800 homes at Clive Ward in my constituency. I've worked on it for many years. I've known in the past the Minister to be a fair and reasonable man, even when I've disagreed with him. Wouldn't he, on reflection, accept that what he said was unfair and inaccurate, and maybe like to correct the record?
Take no look, honest Bob. Get in there, get stuck in. What are you, a man or a mouse?
Mr. Deputy Speaker, I've worked alongside the honourable gentleman for some time and know him to be an excellent chair of the Select Committee, so I mean him no disrespect. He and I did disagree on reforms of the planning system, including building more homes in Sheffield, but I know that he is a champion of good quality housing and increasing the quantity of it across the country.
I'll just get the cheese for our honest Bob then. Squeak, squeak, squeak. I've got to say, Clive Betts much too nice to our Immigration Minister. Because you were right about your analysis. They don't have a plan, do they? They're just throwing whatever on the wall to see what sticks. And their only plan is to waste other people's money and just spread misinformation. Because in the series of questions, he used the lie. You know, the one that about the Home Office backlog when Labour was in charge, the one that Rishi Sunak and, if I remember rightly, Sarah Dines used as well. But his grovelling apology, if it was one, was a bit pathetic affair, wasn't it? But mind you, he did make a prize prat of himself, didn't he? And that wasn't the first time in that afternoon. But anyway, you guys, what do you guys think? Let me know down below, and have a good weekend and take care, my friends.